Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Lynn with Plasma Energy Solution, and today I want to talk about winter time colds and flu. There's a lot in the news about it right now, and we've come up with something new for you, and it's called Winter Wellness. And we'll go into what that is. But first of all, just a couple of things. Now, this used to come from my mom, and I'm sure it came from a lot of your moms and grandmas. And it's some of the just common sense thing you can do to mitigate or avoid colds or flu. My mom always used to say, wear an undershirt. How can you be glamorous in an undershirt, I wonder, huh? But why? Because when you get chilled, viruses like the cold. And so it was just a real practical thing of staying warmer. If you feel a chill or a cold coming on, take a hot shower or a hot bath. Viruses don't like the heat. Eat some hot chicken soup or some other hot soup. Viruses don't like the heat. Drink your plasma energy water and use it in your soup, your tea, your coffee, any recipe that calls for water. Just use your plasma energy station water. And your body's going to use what it needs at any given time out of the many fields, plasma energy fields that are offered in the water. Wear a hat when you go outside. You lose a lot of your body heat through your head. And then you get chilled. And then the viruses love it. Make some ear and nose oil. I used to make something out of essential oils, and now you can do this with the plasma energy water. Get a small jar, and it really doesn't, it can be this size of a jar, okay? And make it 2/3 of your energy water, and make it 1/3 of your favorite organic oil. Now, when I say energy water, it can be your plasma energy station water. If you have the water for colds, and you can use that. If you have the winter wellness, which I'm going to introduce today, you can use that water. Now, what we did when we put the oil and the water together is we would always shake the vial and then let it sit for a little while and let the water and the oil separate. Then take the oil off the top and use it. So how are you going to use that? Well, you can swab a little of that in your nose and a little in your outer ears. And that sets up an energy protection field, plasma energy, maybe a barrier if you want to call it that. Okay? And then you can also take some of that, and you could just take some small pieces of cotton, take some cotton balls, and soak them in your combination, and then let them dry completely, and then just take off little bits, and you can just wear cotton, a little bit of cotton in your ears, not so much that you can't hear, but just as an ongoing barrier. Okay, that's something I've done for a long time, and I used to use my essential oils. And you could use essential oils with this idea. If you had the plasma energy water and maybe your favorite oil, you could also put some of your favorite essential oils in that too. Okay, and so those are just tips from a grandmother, okay, or from a mom. So now, let's talk about this virus. There's just a lot of information coming out. There's some conflicting information coming out. There's some that's no big deal. There's some it's a very big deal. So I thought, well, let's go see what today has to say about it. Well, here's one. The CDC just announced coronavirus test kits distributed all across America are found to produce false negatives due to false test kit reagents. So what does that mean? That means that somebody may be tested in some medical environment, and if those test kits are turning out false negatives, then somebody that really has a contagious virus may test as not having a contagious virus. So, okay, what are we going to do about this? And let me back up a little just to say, when these test kits produce false negatives, they miss infected people. Now, as you may or may not have read, this is spreading. I'm in Montana, and I did see that there was a suspected case in a city not too far away. So, you know, people travel a lot, and when you're traveling, are you sharing the same air with other people in the airplane or on a ship or whatever? A lot of methods of travel use recirculated air. So that's a consideration of what's going to happen if you do travel. All right, and then there's another article that came out today, and well, one source says that there's been 1 million body bags ordered for China, and that doesn't sound so good. And then there was somebody who had posted who said, this disaster, and this is somebody in China, this disaster is not only death but despair. It is desperate to call for help. There is no way to seek medical treatment. There is no way to find medicine. There are too many patients, too few beds, and the hospital is caught off guard. What can we do? So as this epidemic continues to expand, maybe it's going to reach a peak in mid-February, and maybe not. We'll just have to see. So how well prepared are we in this country for something like that? Well, check the internet and see how many available hospital beds there are in your area. And if they were to fill up quickly, then you just have to ask yourself, well, then what? So some of the people are suggesting self-quarantine if things do kind of get out of hand. So that could be an issue for you if you're not ready to self-quarantine. So I'm just suggesting that you have things on hand, so if a situation arises where you are, you don't have to leave and go out into a common public area where you would be exposed to colds, flu, pneumonia, viruses, whatever, okay? So just use some common sense, and if you go look at your pantry and it looks like Mother Hubbard's cupboard, which was bare, as the children's poem goes, then you might want to do something about that. And I would do it sooner rather than later. And so what is the winter support package? We have a special on that, and it's on the home page of the website, and it does provide for you a free vial of your choice when you get the vials that are offered in the package. But I'm upgrading that, and I'm saying that you can also upgrade your free choice. Now, you only get one free vial as a choice, so please don't come back and say, well, now you offered Winter Wellness too, so I want 2 free vials. No, that's not what I'm doing. You were offered a $57 free vial, and Winter Wellness is $97. I am offering that free upgrade with the winter support package. I'm also going to offer that free upgrade with anyone who orders a plasma energy station during the month of February 2020. Okay, so what is Winter Wellness all about? In putting together winter wellness. First of all, I went to Dr. Paul's go-to formula whenever he felt a cold or just felt funky, like maybe there was going to be, a flu virus or something. He always went to this combination that had copper oxide, zinc, CO2. It was a special combination that he had made. And generally, within hours, the symptoms were relieved. He would drink the water throughout the day, and those symptoms would go away. And that was a really big deal for him, because being on immune suppressants means that every virus that arrived in our town for the winter came knocking at our door first, looking for Paul, because he did not have the immune system to fight back with any of this. So that's one set of ingredients. But then there's also something else in there. There's been some research on the internet that indicates that there may be some frequencies that come along with some viruses, and you might want to search around and find that information. Because of the frequency issue, and one writer said, well, there could be an issue with the rollout of 5G and combined with viruses, okay, that 5G may enhance the effect that a virus would have upon you, or the virus might be enhanced, who knows. But anyway, because of that, and because of the information we've received back from people who have used new tech frequency relief, that is a part of winter wellness. And the ingredients, I need to rephrase that, some of the ingredients in new tech frequency relief are in the winter wellness. The shungite is important. The silver gans is important, okay? And those are provided in the winter wellness combination. Now, and that is for, as I said, the mitigating the effects of what happens when viruses and 5G team up, which may cause some issues. Okay, then there's also B9 Korean salt. There is the GANs of CBD, the GANs of C60. There are other minerals. There are some other salts, leaves, roots, rhizomes, bulbs, and teas from different plants that were all combined to create this winter wellness combination. And so what you can do with that, and some of these were meant to support the lung, and the reason for that is there's also some indications that there's a lot of pneumonia coming along with some of these viruses. So you have some of the herbs and teas that comprised part of lung support, and we know that that's been very effective for people. So there you are with a combination with winter support. And how are you going to use it? We're going to say the same way you use all the plasma energy. First of all, it's really important, drink the water. Just put your vial on a container. I don't have a big container here, but we always talk about use a large clear plastic or glass container, and your vial's going to go right on there. Now, if you're not in the U.S., you're going to get a pair of pads that are going to go on either side of your container. And once you have set that up, then you can spray masks, you can spray bandanas, you can spray, whatever you might want to spray, maybe some gloves also. And you could even take your wintertime gloves and scarves, things that you might be wearing outdoors, and hats, and spray them. I actually, when we started using the plasma energy water, I took all our hats, scarves, gloves, and put them, the ones that could be laundered, I put them in the washer, and on a rinse cycle, I added the plasma energy water and let it soak for about an hour and then spun it out. Well, now the energy's there. And there's one more hint I want to give you today, and this is kind of a sideline. It was just off the whole discussion we've had about the BandAids. And you know, here's a fabric BandAid that was worn out, and there's no more stickum left. But you know what? The plasma energy is still good in the gauze. And I got to thinking about that, and I'm thinking, boy, I'm really enhancing our landfill here when I throw away these BandAids. So what I'm doing instead, you never know what you're going to need, right? And this doesn't take up much room. But looky here. Here are a bunch of little batteries called pain relief. And so I save the gauze part and toss the non-sticking BandAid part. So always stop and think about what you're throwing away. I know one woman wrote to me and said, I put the packing material under our mattress pad, and my husband, who didn't sleep well, started sleeping much better. And she said, and I didn't even tell him what I had done. So, you know, anything that has the plasma energy, just take a good look at it. Is there a way to use it other than to throw it in the trash? So once again, I want to invite you on the Winter Wellness, the Winter Support Package Update. Now, you can choose one of the $57 vials as your free vial, or you can choose the $97 Winter Wellness vial. And we will have that ability for you on the website. All you have to do is actually put it in your comments when you make the order. Now, if you get the Basic Preparedness Plasma Energy Station, you can put in the comments, please send me the free Winter Wellness vial that you have offered for the February special. And we will try to get a click-through coupon on that in the next day or so. You can also purchase Winter Wellness, which is already on the website, and that is for $97. So I will put this video up with the information on the new package, and you can look for that on the website probably in the next 24 to 36 hours. And this will go up on YouTube pretty quickly. So I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank you for using the plasma energy products, and thank you again for sharing them with your friends and your family. So be sure to give us a thumbs up if you've liked this video, and subscribe if you'd like to. And you be sure to visit our website, plasmaenergysolution.com. And thanks again.